Hi, everybody. Welcome, and thank you for stopping by. I hope this will become a thing. I'm doing a little project, and this is going to be the first entry into this project. Very recently, uh, I kind of had this coming to terms with myself, and I recognized that I've written over 80 songs, and most of them just kind of live on my computer and or live in my little songbook. And for those of you who have probably listened to me since the very first time I played live, I played at the bookstore and in Burns and Hines, and you've probably maybe heard these songs 10 years ago, but for a lot of you, these songs, they just have lived here for a long time. And so I wanted to kind of share them. I don't want them to just live in my book. And so I've decided I'm going to do this project where I'm going to go through my songs in order from the very first song I ever wrote to the songs I'm writing now, in these video diary entries, I suppose. And I'm going to talk about the songwriting process, what I remember. I am one of those kinds of people that have all of my songs listed on a Word document in order. And I started this document 10 years ago. So I've got all of this information, and I kind of want to, I guess, let it live somewhere other than here, just with me. So I am going to go through some of these songs, share them with you, talk about my process, and hopefully it'll be a really good time. And I'm going to start right now with a song that is the very first song that I ever wrote. I wrote it I think that I wrote the lyrics when I was 16, and I finally put it to guitar right when I was learning the guitar for the first time at the beginning of my senior year. So I'm 17 turning 18. So this is 2008, 2009 when I was writing this song. This song is called I'm Afraid. What I recognize right away about this song, which is funny for me, is that it is very, very 16-year-old, and that's cool and fun. But it is so much that way that I did have to rewrite a few of the lyrics, just so that I could live with singing it aloud and not cringing myself to death. So it's a bad way maybe to start this very truthful confrontation with my songs, but I had to. So this song is called I'm Afraid. Like I said, there's a few things that stick out in the lyrics. You'll hear them. I've put them down in the description. But there's nothing that I'm really like, wow, this was a lyric. I remember feeling good about it when I wrote it. and for I'm glad I felt good about it when I wrote it. But I can really see in so many ways as I read through these lyrics, and as I'm going to sing them to you, all of these metaphors that were very influenced, or not even really metaphors, these attempts at metaphors that were really influenced by what I was listening to, even some of the words. And I can very much see what I was going through at the time. I was we were about to go to college, and there's a lot of lyrics about being afraid of what that's going to be like, being afraid of what the future is going to look like for me, being afraid that I'm not going to live up to some of the expectations that I had for myself. And man, I don't know what this version of Dylan would think if he looked ahead at me now, but it's at least at some level, I guess, reassuring that maybe those fears that I'm now looking back on and trying to maybe validate with my own life now, these fears weren't exactly rooted in a necessarily healthy place, maybe. Yeah, that's very clear. You'll hear in the song. The other thing that I want to mention is there is a lyric that is just, I think, purely blasphemous is the only thing you can say about it, and it very much reflects where I was spiritually at the time, as I was really in the, fresh wounds of my own sort of divorce from Christianity and Catholicism. So I wanted to warn people that if that would be something offensive, that there will be a line that's offensive in a blasphemous way if that's something that offends you. But I'm going to sing it anyway. And everything else is, I took out some dumb lyrics about kissing, which are bad. But everything else is pretty true to it. And here it goes. This is I'm Afraid, written in about 2009. I want to give one more shout out. Izzy Christie, who I know will not watch this, but people who know her will see it. She's the one that really helped me write this and turn it into a song. I had it as a poem, and I didn't know how to play the guitar at all. And she very much gave me the great advice of not moving my pinky and ring finger so that I could just do chords that... And as I was really beginning, the ability to never have to actually move the shape of my fingers was very helpful. So this is I'm Afraid. I'll try to get through it quick so I can beat 10 minutes, which is the Instagram limit. There are nights I stay up thinking, damn, I hope that this ain't right. While the moon is softly rising, I'll be setting with the sun. I can feel my back is breaking, shoulders taking on more weight. I can sit still, never stirring, but no fish will take my bait. And it seems like everybody's always dancing in the street. Find that love that I am after every new stranger that they meet. Oh, I'm afraid. I'm afraid of getting older, coming face to face with it. I'm afraid I'll soon forget the familiar voices of long friends. I'm afraid with future blinded we will keep me missing out. I'm afraid I'll let someone else decide what I am and what I'm about. Oh, I'm afraid. Oh, I'm afraid. I'm afraid of being lonely and that I'll always be alone. I'm afraid I won't know love, and in my hurt I'll turn to stone. I'm afraid I'll be a failure, I'll have no pride in what I've done. I'm afraid I'll let my sadness get in the way of having fun. In my dreams, my future's cloudy, still seek my meaning in the stars. It's as good as all those wishes we used to sing into the dark. So some say I should find Jesus, tell me, pray of being saved. Tell me I can find all the answers on the road that church has paved. But I see millions of people's souls evaporate like mist, giving their lives away on earth for God who does not exist. Oh, I'm afraid. Thank you. So that's the first song I ever wrote. I'm Afraid. Thank you for listening. Keep tuning in. I'm going to do this and keep me accountable. I'm going to do this hopefully for 80 plus songs, and you can listen to the ones that you'd like to. Subscribe to Oxenford Clerk Stuff if you want to see more.